An initiative that was started by the late Holden Police Chief Chris Greeley continues today. In fact, the campaign had its biggest year to date.
Alyssa Thurlow rode along with the police department today as they spread some kindness to cancer patients and their caregivers.
The late Holden Police Chief Chris Greeley had a passion for giving.
You accept this little bit of money on behalf of Sarah's house and,
I certainly
Dolores?
would, and I appreciate it
You're
greatly.
very welcome.
We were there in December 2017 as he made his first donations to area nonprofits and residents as part of the 25 Days of Kindness campaign. His goal was to spread kindness throughout the Christmas season. After his passing in March 2023, Eduardo Benjamin, then lieutenant of the department, made a promise he would keep the tradition going. Now chief, he has kept that promise, and the campaign runs throughout the entire year. In fact, they just marked their biggest year to date.
This morning we're heading to Sarah's house. We have some quilts and gloves and hats.
Sarah's House of Maine, which provides a home away from home for cancer patients and their caregivers, still remains one of their favorite local nonprofit organizations.
Sarah's house does a wonderful job and we're proud to support them.
In addition to the winter hats, gloves, and handmade quilts, they donated more than $600 to the nonprofit. Executive Director Heather Massey says this donation comes at a crucial time.
We have a lot more people trying to get in here and stay, and so it helps us, again, keep our doors open and make sure we have everything they need to support them.
In October, Holden Police launched the 25 Days of Kindness website, which has brought in more than $6,000 so far. With the community's support, they've also been able to provide residents with heating oil, money for car repairs, and gifts for families in need.
We made some donations to some organization elsewhere for this year. That was the first time we expanded a little more and having help people like Dedham, Holden, Clifton, and it has been just wonderful.
You can make a donation to the 25 Days of Kindness campaign by heading to 25daysofkindness.org. Reporting in Holden, Alyssa Thurlow, WABI News.